On April 23, 2005, the San Jacinto Museum of History hosted its annual San Jacinto Day Festival and Battle Reenactment. Hi, I'm Vazquez, and I'm here at the battleground of San Jacinto, and they are about to reenact the battle at San Jacinto. This reenactment taught me how to gain a better understanding for what the Battle of San Jacinto meant for the two sides that fought it, the Mexican Army and the Texians. Both sides believed they were fighting on the right side for their cause, one to obtain their freedom, the other to liberate their land from an invader. I asked some of the actors to give me a brief explanation of the battle.
This battle was at the very end of the campaign. Santa Anna considered the war to be over for the most part. He was about to capture the government, and he had defeated all the other standing Texian armies. Basically, this was supposed to just be a cleanup, but Texians got a little lucky, and they won the battle. And here we are today.
Basically, April 20th, they made contact with Santa Anna's army that was coming up from Washington, New Washington, and there were a little skirmish there. And then April 21st, about 2 o'clock, Sam Houston decided he's going to have a battle, and around 3, he started his army on the march towards the Mexican army. He got within about 70 yards. He gave 3 commands: halt, fire, and charge. And because there was such fast action on that part, the Mexican army really didn't have to do a full rally, but scared the Mexican army into retreat, and the annihilation went on after that.
Santa Anna, the Mexican army, was basically cornered themselves in between water, and Sam Houston also cornered himself, and basically was a do-or-die situation by burning the ferry that they did. As they advanced on the Mexicans, they were at siesta, and probably the biggest reason that they were defeated is they didn't set up picket guards. They hadn't established that in their military drill to have guards set up to see the advancing army, and so they were probably within 150 to 100 yards before they noticed that the Texans were advancing on them. What hurt them as well was the fact that many of the Mexican ranks on the barricade here were actually new recruits, and new recruits seeing Texans advancing on them in a full charge, they panicked, so they ran. So they had your regular troops who saw this and saw that they didn't have any support to their right and their left. They decided to run as well because it was a lost cause. What happened was Sam Houston basically wanted the Texans to attack as a regular army and fire in line formation, but the Texans were actually reacted more like an angry mob and decided that we weren't going to stand there and fire like an army, because we're not really an army, we're basically a militia. So they actually ran across the field, and it saved them, because actually had they not ran, had they stood there and fought as a regular army, they probably would have been defeated, because the Mexican army would have been given the opportunity to form up and use their skill as a real disciplined army.
Both sides had their own firepower. I asked to talk about their main weapon, the cannon. Please tell me how you got this working, the cannon?
The workings of the cannon?
Yeah.
This is a replica of the twin sisters, this one and the other one just like it. It's a 6-pound cannon, which means it shoots a projectile that weighs approximately 6 pounds if you're shooting a solid object. These are identical to the ones they used in the Texas Revolution. They were gifts to the Texas Army, and they are working.
Can you tell me how long does it take to reload one?
With an experienced crew, it can take anywhere from around between 20 and 30 seconds between shots.
And how much damage does it make?
Well, depending on how accurate you are, 6-pound cannon can shoot a projectile approximately accurately over a mile. So if you've got a good crew, you can do some damage with it.
Can you tell me about the cannon?
Sure, this is a 6-pound cannon. It's period correct. It's about the same size as the Mexican Army would have had at San Jacinto, and it's a fully functional operating piece of artillery.
Can you tell me how the cannonballs were made?
Well, the cannonballs were actually cast, just like the barrels were. They had a mold and they poured hot metal into it and it made them solid.
And how much damage do you think?
They were awesome weapons. Depending on what you were firing out of them, you could destroy pretty much anything that you put in front of them.
I talked to some of the actors and asked them what the reenactment meant to them.
Do it because it's a hobby. It's something that I enjoy.
It means so much because it's not just us doing it. If it wouldn't have been for y'all coming, it wouldn't mean nothing. So you're just as much part of it as we are.
I'm always been very interested in military history since I was a young boy, and it's a hobby that I've really taken to heart, and came out here one time and saw an event and was hooked. Decided I was going to do it, and really helped me to learn as much as I could about Texas history.
It's an important part of my life. Some members of my family served in the Civil War and Mexican-American War, so it's important for me to honor, their heritage.
Well, I've been reenacting for about 15 years, and it's a way to teach history. It gives people kind of a hands-on look at things, and people tend to learn more that way.
It means quite a bit, reliving Texas history and providing the general public with as close an accurate portrayal of what actually occurred. Is important that they know what actually happened, and that they also know that there were two sides to the story. And oftentimes history is often written by those people who are victorious, and they're the ones that write history. We're trying to give fair balance and portray the Mexican Army soldiers as being committed and loyal to their country and being heroic as well.
I think more than anything, it helps me to remember. I think one of the things that you young people need to be aware of is that although you're not taught much in school about these things, it's important that you try to remember what our forefathers did for us. And it helps me to remember, and I hope it helps you to remember. That's why I do it.
Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. I hope this has informed you of the historical battle. This is Vazquez at the battlegrounds of San Jacinto, Texas. I'm Vazquez, and I'm here at the San Jacinto battleground, and they are about to reenact the Battle of the San Jacinto. Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. The battle. I hope this has informed you of the battle. This is Vazquez at the San Jacinto in San Jacinto, Texas. Right. Number 2 again. Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. Man, that's messed up right there. I can't say the word reenactment. Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. I hope this has informed you about the battle. God, man. About the battle. The historical battle. Okay, I think this is the last one. Well, there you have it. This is Paulo First one was the last one. Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. And the battle... I can't remember the second one. Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. I hope this is informing you of this historical battle. Okay. Well, there you have it. The reenactment is over. I hope this has informed you of the battle. Leave me alone. God's heart. I hope this has informed you of the historical battle. You have it. The reenactment is over. I hope this has informed you about the historical battle. This is Paulo Vazquez at the battlegrounds in San Jacinto, Texas. God, that was good enough.